Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Garbo, and today we're going to talk about Anvil and his perk changes. So let's go ahead and let's hop into it. Anvil is a bit too much of a palm stomper with his damage sponge capabilities. Having a legendary bulletproof and legendary armor, this is an attempt at tweaking his identity from bullet sponge to anti-tank tank club within the defender category. So what we changed is to change the legendary bulletproof to legendary shredder rounds and change rare shredder rounds to rare gadget tier. Now, I always thought Anvil was a tank, period. I never thought he wasn't a tank. However, I've been noticing that like in some scenarios that the legendary bulletproof doesn't really help out too much because you run up against a lot of snipers, you run up against people now with running their shotguns, so the SKL and stuff, and then you got the DMRs. So really the only class that really gets affected by the bulletproof is most weapons that have a high fire rate, like ARs and SMGs. There are some attempts with, you know, some pistols like maybe the Salvo and the Spitfire, being they already have some damage capability, like high rate damage capability. So on a lot of weapons that have slower fire rates and higher damage outputs, the bulletproof doesn't really matter. So I really do enjoy the change here where they got rid of his bulletproof and decided to give him legendary shredder rounds, because all this means is exactly what they're trying to do, is that makes him shred tanks. So now we got Mac, we got Cannon, even Chalk in a way, even though Chalk, I mean, I don't even think he has armor, but he has his overcharge, you know, just people that have really high HPs or like, you know, ways to defending themselves or taking a lot of damage. He's able to pretty much just negate all that. He's able to shred off their armor, he's able to shred off their whole meanings of existence, and he's running one of the best weapons in the game with the LM Maul. Once the Maul is fully upgraded, it's a devastator. And you know, if you don't hit well with it, you can always get the other LMG so you can hit your long range, because conviction hits on the further and long ranges. But, you know, I digress from that. A talking about Anvil. So again, Anvil getting rid of the bulletproof perk and then giving him shredder rounds is a really nice change, because I mean, again, he's a terror to reckon with. It also helps against everybody with armor, and I know that most of the people that are just tanks, again, Cannon and Mac, those will be able to get their armor back. Mac will be able to get his, you know, his armor back, and then Cannon's able to use his Gatling gun, and he's able to just do a lot of work with it. But if Anvil's able to take down their armor fairly quickly for everybody, and then everybody can gang up on him, it makes them easy targets. Also, giving him Gadgeteer is also a really nice change. I'm kind of worried about it. I know it's only rare, but he carries C4, and C4 is a very, very strong utility, being that we don't have the speed and toughness system anymore. So he's able to almost down everybody, if not down everyone, with just the C4 alone. So again, there's kind of like, I'm afraid of that a little bit. It may not be that effective. We'll see later in the future is it even worth purchasing or not. But again, that's something just to look out for. Again, I do already agree with the changes for him, because again, he's already was a tank to begin with. But again, I've just been noticing more with the bulletproof perk itself that like it's not as effective. And there's a lot of people that run SMG, so yes, bulletproof is effective when it comes down to those areas. But then if you're playing up against people that, again, going up against people running DMRs, people that are running sniper rifles, people that are running heavy hitting revolvers and stuff like that, like bulletproof doesn't really affect it enough to where it matters. Sometimes it may save you a bullet, sometimes not. It just really depends. All I know is when I run the D3DI and people are running bulletproof, I can pretty much just do the same amount of damage and still 3-tap them compared to a 4-tap. The D3DI without headshots a 3-tap, and Anvil with him having bulletproof, it doesn't matter. You get shot 3 times with a D3DI and you're down. So that must be meaning the same for the Devotion. It must, probably maybe for the MXR. If not, it's close enough to make the MXR a 5-shot instead of a 4-shot, which that can make a significant difference when you're going up against an MXR player. So it's just kind of hit or miss with the bulletproof perk. But again, this is a nice change, because if the bulletproof perk does work, again, if it works effectively against the ARs and the SMG players, then it does make sense for it to be in the game, so that way we can get that nerf down. But it keeps Anvil in that place of limbo where he's just not always able to sponge tanks. Because again, if you're going to strikeout, I'm sure he's really nutty, because again, you're going up against a lot of SMG players, AR players. You're not really facing too many people that are just strictly running like the DMRs or strictly running shotguns. Every once in a while you will. but it's just not the same as it was if you're running a demolition.
They're right here on A.
But at the end of the day, I feel like Anvil's still amazing. I don't feel like this really affects him too much. I don't feel like this nerfs him. I mean, I feel like in all honesty, I feel like this is kind of like a buff for him. If just the way you look at it, if you look at it as a damage output point instead of a defensive output point. So to me, I feel he got a buff. But y'all let me know in the comment section down below. What do y'all think of Anvil now? Do y'all think Anvil is trash because he can't take as much damage as he used to against SMGs and ARs? Or do you feel that this has made Anvil exactly as they want him to be, the anti-tank tank clubber, where he's able to just demolish every tank in the game? And be the number, he is the #1 tank, right? Like, he's supposed to be the tank. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below. I hope y'all like and subscribe to the channel. I'm always uploading content throughout the week, and then I do live streams on Monday, 11 a.m. Central Time to 2 p.m. Central Time, and then I also do Tuesday streams from 9 p.m. Central Time to 12 a.m. Central Time. So if y'all want to come on down, y'all want to check out the gameplay, you want to ask some information about the game itself for Road Company, or if y'all just want to listen to me rage and complain about the game, y'all come on down and y'all watch the stream. Alright guys, until I see y'all into the next one, I hope y'all have a fantastic day, and I hope to catch y'all in the next video. Later, guys. They'll probably surrender now. I knew it! I knew it! Woo! Yes, dude! That's ready.